Peace and love, y'all. It's your brother Avis back with another installment of more interviews, aka memoirs of our real experiences. And for today's more interviews, we have the brother representing the West Coast coming through to be interviewed with us today, Vidal Sebastian. So, as we're waiting for Vidal to come through and everyone else, if y'all have any questions or anything you would like to share or ask Vidal, please put it in the comments and we'll get to those questions as the interview is going on. Because again, this is a live interview, so we will be pushing through and again asking that questions as they show up. And at the same time, shouts out to the brother that's in here right now. Good to see you, Nate the Great, as well as Vidal Sebastian is in the building. So without further ado, y'all, for today's more interviews, I'd like to introduce the brother from another doing his thing, Vidal Sebastian. Get you in here. Kid, I see you up in here with Pack Records. Good to see you as well. If y'all have any questions for Vidal Sebastian, please put it in the comments. And again, throughout the interview, I'll also add them in as we are going. But yeah, bro, I added you in, my man. But other than that, I hope all of y'all are doing well. Hope your Monday has been great so far. You know, if not, I'm wishing you much more success as well as much more good times beyond right now. But let's see. My boy, where you at? All right. Try one more time, my G. Try one more time. So leave out, and then come right back in, man. So then we'll see if it works that way. I see the brother Sam in here as well, too. Shouts out to Sam. I see you, my G. Peace and one love. And if not, even if this doesn't work, we're going to go and we're going to try it one more time. Close it down, and then we'll come back in.
Oh, there you go.
Man,
my bad, man. You know, I'm used to this technology stuff, man. What's going on, my brother?
It is all good, my G. Good to see you, my G, man. How you doing?
Oh, man, hold on, man. Service is kind of weak back here. Hold on one second. There we go.
But again, for those coming in, if y'all not too sure, this is the brother Vidal Sebastian. You want to check this brother out. You'll get to see it on all different streaming platforms, whether for Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. Go check the brother out. Again, as well as if you're here on Instagram, go check him out on his Instagram, the real Vidal Sebastian. But with that being said, my G, how you doing?
Man, I'm good, so man. It's been a long day, man. Work, you already know how it is, man. Fatherhood, man. So it's like, it's loud and crazy at the house right now. So, man, I'm just chilling, enjoying the sunlight outside, bro. So, man, thank you for having me on, man.
Okay. You already know, my brother. It was meant to happen. You already know soon enough, my man. But before we start the interview, my G, is there anything you would like to share with folks, let them know about, or if there's any questions or concerns that you may have for me before we start?
Nah, we're good, man. So just what up, beautiful people, man. It's your boy Vidal Sebastian, man. Born and raised Inglewood, California native. Yeah, coming live with my boy A.D.V.I.S music. So, man, happy to be here.
All right, let's get. That's what I'm talking about. And speaking about that, appreciate that. The first question I got for you, because you already started a little bit, but give us some more information about yourself and your background.
Like I said, born and raised in Inglewood, California. Man, went to Kelso Elementary, Monroe, Morningside, and like I said, just straight homegrown Inglewood baby. You know, spent a lot of time down south as well, Louisiana, North Louisiana. Shout out, Monroe, Report.
Okay.
Yeah, man, and yeah, man. Been doing this music thing for a long time now. So yeah, man. So Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, my man. And for a fun fact for some of y'all, and Vidal could get me on this too. My boy used to go by Rico. Well, you could go Fresh
No,
Rico.
it's
So if y'all look that up,
man, somebody do that research, man. That's what I'm talking about. Look, man, can't get one past you. Look.
hey yo, bro. I mean, I got to, man. I got to show the loves and the respects because we're gonna be talking about those beginnings. Which next question I got for you, my brother, is when did you begin creating music?
I began creating music. I want to say it was around 2010, where I really
Mm.
got really serious with it. My neighbor, at the time, you know, he had a studio set up in the back or whatever. And yeah, we recorded like first song about 2010. Tried to give it a little push or whatever. Things just didn't work out, but that was a part of the growing and learning experience for me as from that moment on. So yeah, but yeah, I'll say around 2010. You know, by my mid 20s, got really serious with it. But I've always been I've always been so attached to music. I've been writing. I had notebooks since I was 5 years old of just writing lyrics. Like, man, I was a kid in class
Mm.
not paying attention to the assignments because I was back there trying to create and write lyrics. So yeah.
Mm. On a side note with that too, and thank you for sharing that. With that writing, did that only just include lyrics? Was there like any poetry or any other types of like free
Oh
writing of
yeah,
any sort?
definitely. I think poetry was actually the kickstart to going into music because I used to just like to write poetry. You know what I'm saying? And then it turned into, you know, going into the music standpoint of writing actual musical lyrics. But yeah, poetry definitely was a huge contributor to, like, you know, the start of everything. So
Mm.
sure.
Beautiful. Okay. On in connection with that, because you got when you started creating, and you know what really prompted some of that. I want to know: is there a specific moment or a specific thing that inspired or pushed you to create? Like, was there just like that vibrant moment that was just like, yo, I definitely want to start writing and making music?
There's a few things. Back going in elementary school, me and my you might be familiar with my boy Young from Cali Swag District. He's the if you're not familiar, the song is "Teach Me How to Dougie." So we did
Yeah.
music. We wrote lyrics together back in elementary school. On a fun fact about that. So and then also there's an inspiration from my brother who kickstarted me into to doing it. So once he found, because he used to write lyrics all the time. It's like, I mean, sit in the bathroom for
Yeah.
hours and just be writing lyrics. And so I watching him, it just inspired me. Like, damn, I want to do that too. You know what I'm saying? I want to get into that. That looks interesting. You know, but then also the passion. I want to say the moment for me was when I heard California Love, Tupac and Dr. Dre on the radio in the car for the first time. And it was like, oh yeah, for sure. Like, you know, just
Mm.
falling in love with the beauty of creating this stuff. So, but I think that was the spark, was hearing that as a youngster, Tupac and Dr. Dre's California Love, like kind of like really like, all right, I want to do this. Like, I'm inspired. So yeah.
Mm. Okay. I
But,
mean, West Coast repping, even though, you know, fun fact for some other folks, Tupac is wasn't
right,
born on the
right,
West Coast, but he was repping it
right,
hard. But again, that's very dope to hear because that's where I would say me and you are similar in the sense of because, and if you want to
yeah.
answer this question, you can also answer this as well because this is not even on the ones I have. Um, for me, my first initial like rap song that I can vividly remember was actually a Tupac
Wow,
song as well. So so for me it was, if I'm correct, it was for me I went with Hail Mary. So first time I heard Hail Mary. And that's the first Tupac song I heard, and then from there my aunties and them would just expose me to so many other things. My mom exposed me to other types of
right.
course genres of music, but in your particular case, my G, what was that the first song that you ever like, at least rap wise, you remember hearing,
It
or was
wasn't.
there
I
another
think
one?
"Here Comes the Hot Stepper" was really one of the first rap songs. that I really can remember.
Oh.
I don't know how I forget this dude's name, but it was like one of my favorite rap joints. I mean, they still play it to today. Here comes the high step and turn it up, and that actually was one of my favorite
Mm.
rap songs back in the day. So yeah, but that was another one too that kind of gave me like that feel to go ahead and try to get into this music stuff. So
Oh
yeah,
man. See? Well, I'm glad that I
wow.
asked that. Oh, let's see. Oh, I'm not gonna even try to butcher homie's name. Um is I. That's how you spell the first half of it. And then the other half is Kamozi. It's like I Kamozi because I hear it say here comes the high
There it
stepper.
is.
I just
Yeah,
looked it
yup.
up.
There it is, bro. Yeah,
Yes.
I could never remember the name,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Dang.
That was-
Yeah. I'm about to, yeah. All right. I'm putting this. I'm keeping this. I'm about to listen to this. I don't think I ever came across this, my G. That's what's up. Speaking of coming across and your childhood in particular ways of like what you got exposed to through the music, tell us who was Vidal as a child growing up.
I mean, Vidal, he was a mixture of things. So he was a respectable kid, you know, mischievous at the same time, curious,
Mm.
always into shit, but without my parents knowing. So I was really good at masking a lot of shit. So, but very shy at the same time too, very reserved. So, um, you know, I never went looking for
Mm.
danger, but you know, curiosity. Yeah, as a young kid, especially growing up in Inglewood at that time, um, there was so much happening around. So, in an era where kids were allowed more freedom to be out and about, you know, we had the street lights as
Yeah.
our alarm to come in the house. We can go probably ride bikes and hang out different neighbors' house around the neighborhood, as opposed to the day where it's not safe. But yeah, so it was a melting pot of a lot of different things. So a lot of different personalities, you could say. So
Mm. Varied experiences that ultimately shaped you for who you were, personality wise, and what you would like.
you said name some experiences.
Oh no no no
Oh
no! I was saying so
yes,
various experiences that ultimately ended up shaping you, your personality, and how you would look
most definitely,
upon music
most
life and
def,
things and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, but if there is there any significant childhood memories or stories that stick with you to
I
this
mean,
day?
shoot, I got a lot, man. I mean, um, from being chased home or banged on by bloods in the neighborhood, man, as just a little kid, though, you know, from trying to get put on the set or whatever, you know, shit, there's times I've been banged on in front of my mama. And, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
You know, different, so many situations. Just like I said, being, you know, black and a minority in Inglewood at that time, not the gentrified Inglewood that you see today is SoFi Stadium. You know, I'm talking. It's
yeah,
really not safe to walk around color wise. You couldn't wear certain shoes. You know, you couldn't hang around certain parts. Man. Certain
certain
definitely
hats,
the hats.
all the
Certain like
things.
colors. Like yeah, it's like being in a like, you know, a war zone. So you're always on alert every time you leave the house, and just to come back home is like just the biggest blessing ever. So yeah. So,
Mm, man, yeah, y'all. Again, each person experiences is different, and them sharing it again clues you into not only just saying that we
yeah.
all struggle, of course, but being able to see how that has helped them grow character wise, whether if it's on the other opposite side or on this side, or just to have a full
Right.
of balance. So always be mindful that it's important about your childhood experiences and how they've shaped you
Most
to where
definitely.
you are now. And speaking on shaping you and the names, because I know I brought up one of the
Yeah.
names. Um, Tell us the significance of. I just want to do it just for fun throwback of Fresh Rico, and then after that, tell us the significance of Vidal
All right, so
Sebastian.
yeah, let me
And
break this down for you. So Fresh Rio was my rap name when I first started really getting out there and making music. But he's the alter ego now to Vidal Sebastian, who is the more mature version of myself. And the name Vidal Sebastian, I think I switched that name probably maybe 3, 4 years ago. I'll say, and the name comes from my
Mm,
middle name is Vidal, and my oldest son, his
okay.
middle name is Sebastian. So just finding a creative way, but it's Vidal is the mature, grown up father. You know what I'm saying, about his business, about his money, elegant. You know what I'm saying. Fresh Rio is the more of the dude that's been in the streets, trap star. You know, that type of thing. So he's the alter ego to Vidal Sebastian. But that's Fresh Rio is what I started out as. So yeah.
Mm, the
Right.
many layers, y'all. The many layers. But that's
Yeah.
pretty dope that that's your middle name, that you took your middle name as well as your son's middle name and you paired that together to make your artist name. Because I wondered where you got that from. Especially I was thinking like the
Right.
Sebastian. I'm like, this dude's last name is
Right.
not Sebastian. Who does he know that's a Sebastian? Who gave him the name Sebastian? So
Yeah, man. So, but I always like to keep my family incorporated with everything, music wise, that I do.
mm,
So, I might use them innuendos with them. So, I have my mom. She's on one of the tracks I have called Money Money. She's the voice on the beginning part. I used her. So, and because just using
mm.
family, very family orientated. So I want them to be a part of this journey just as much too. So.
Partnerships,
Yeah,
connections. That's very important to keep at the essence of not only you as an artist, but also to for them to also be that reminder of where
exactly.
you come from and your village and people that
Right.
surround and support you. So I applaud
Appreciate it,
you on that,
man.
my G. Yes. And speaking of this journey and all these
Right.
different layers of who you are and you be, when it came to you starting again music like you were saying earlier on and being interested, whether if it was through the through the writing and poetry and just really listening to songs that grabbed your attention, what was your main focus starting on your music journey? So what really clued you in, be like, was it more so on the writing, was it more so on the appearance of trying to be an artist or a rapper, or was it more so the substance? What was your main focus when you was starting on your music journey?
I would say it was all those parts put together because it was okay. What is the image going to be when I present myself?
Mm,
What am I talking about? In the music, is it something like where it's just falsified, or are we going to talk about real life stories? Like a mixture of all that. But it was basically just my main focus was just to put out good music, but also
mm-hmm.
staying true to me and true to myself, but also putting out good music that people enjoy listening to. Like give them feel good music with a story behind it, but something man, you could bounce to. You could ride to. Oh man, this is dope, but it's a message in there. So it's about the lyrics and the beat. So the whole overall thing, and then I would say the image came a little bit later. So as start really getting into it, you kind of start finding yourself a little bit. So you know what I'm saying. So yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, the image it comes. It wasn't as important as it is now. With the whole Vidal Sebastian thing, Fresh Rio was more of the basic T-shirt and tennis shoes, jeans, hats, and just I guess the thuggish ruggish look.
Douglas Ruckus Bone. All right, for sure.
Oh yeah, man. But yeah, definitely. I think just the content of what I'm putting out there to the world, but also making sure staying true to myself as well too.
Beautiful. And on a side note, y'all, this man, it gets his grown man on when it comes to the way that he dresses. If you look at some of his posts and stuff, my man over here dressing like he the next Godfather in some of these pictures and stuff. This man
Yeah,
got
man.
style.
That's Vidal right there, man. So it's like there it is, man.
Man. And still speaking on that musical journey, and you talking about how more so the image came later on. So I mean, to give the answer to that, has your focus changed now, or is it still similar to
It's
before?
still similar. It hasn't really changed. I say it evolved. As you know, the more and more you start recording, you start doing shows. With the whole artist development stuff, and you really get out there and start networking and meeting different artists, and really just perfecting your craft. Yeah, I think it just
Yeah.
evolved from there. Like never the focus never changed, but definitely just leveled up. So and that's always my mindset to get better. Like just when I think I've done enough, I haven't. So just to keep evolving and being a student and then a master, of the craft as well too. So yeah,
Mm. I love the words of not only evolving, but yeah, just progressing and knowing that even when you've done
yeah,
enough, that there's always going to still be work to be done because you're continually
always,
growing.
man. Shoot. Excuse my neighbor's dog too, man.
Mm.
Background over here, man. He wanted to pick the right time. He wanted to pick now to
Is
start being an asshole. So forgive me.
it? Oh, it is. Look, it's all good. At the end of the day, brother, man, it's gonna be up for people to. They'll be focusing in on what we're
That,
speaking on and saying. It'll probably be that one person gonna be like, "Yo, man,
oh,
what
in
the
the
heck is
back,
up
he's
with that
barking
dog
and
in the
shit,
background?"
man. Somebody shut his
Again,
ass up.
man. Yeah. But other than that, man,
Give him
we
that
good. We sat
superfood. You
in, my
feel me?
man.
Like
Uh, they don't know about that. They don't know about
insider,
that. They
man.
don't know. You had
Had
to
to,
add that in
bro.
there. You gonna tell Chris? You gonna tell Chris
Oh,
later when we
oh,
all meet up? He
you
gonna
know
say
it,
that,
man.
bro.
I was waiting on my timing, man. Shoot.
Ah, man. Well, speaking of superfood, and speaking of again, your main focus is in music and creating. What is your creative process?
Um,
And
man, just quietness, man. Just being able to be in a really quiet place, um, with no noise around me. I just want, headphones in, whether even if I'm not writing, just to
yeah,
soak in the beats or whatever I'm listening to, whatever I'm working on, just to soak it in first, man, let it marinate, my spirit, my soul, and not to like rush the process, like, because, sometimes, I get to writing some stuff and then you go back like, so, sometimes I was always taught like, man, always just let it marinate, let it sink, let getting become one with the music, you know what I'm saying? Zone out sometimes. So I just like quiet, and sometimes I'm out here at nighttime underneath the stars, just taking in the vibe, flashing something to drink,
mm,
a cigar or something, man, and just really zoning out and just like losing myself in the music. So yeah, man. Or shoot, sometimes at work, man, and you know this as an artist, bro. I hear a beat somewhere in the most random. It could be a bird chirping, and that can be a song in my head or something, just turn into something. At the grocery
mm,
store, hearing the cash register go off, it's the randomest sounds. It's so weird. It just like it's crazy how to explain it, but I know you know what I'm talking about because as music, you cannot unhear it. You know what I'm saying? It everywhere. When you wake up
yeah,
in the morning, it's like, damn, you wish you could almost turn the shit off sometimes, but it's like, god damn, it's always there. So like, yeah, so like, but that's just part of the creative process, man. Just having the ear, like, you know what I'm saying, and then just being able to be
yeah.
in my zone, and and just set the tone for me, so I can, like I said, be one with the music, just zone out, man, and just vibe out. So yeah, man, yeah,
Mm. So in that particular case, which again I agree. We already know. I told you a few times that I've written some songs at work just
right,
because it's off of just getting that
right.
creative feeling there. Do you give yourself a time limit when it comes to you getting deep into that workflow, or do you just again there's not really you're just in a space where time doesn't
It
matter?
depends because being signed to an independent label, sometimes I do have stuff that is needed on a deadline, or the faster that I move, the faster the process can move for the team. But then the
Yeah.
stuff that I do outside of the label, like on my independentness, I sometimes I do try to set goals because like I said, I want to give myself that challenge to say, okay, man, maybe I got 5 beats I want to work on this week. Maybe let's do a song, 2 songs for this week, and then boom, 2 songs. Let's make sure we write down some lyrics at least twice a week. I'm writing or just focusing on some verses or something, just to keep in the chamber or something like that, just to stay ready. So sometimes it all depends on the situation. So sometimes I don't put pressure on myself, but like I said, it all depends on the situation and the circumstances. So yeah.
Okay. The circumstances
Yeah.
which thereof. hmm Shouts out to the brother Lyrics. I had to do that for him. That's his inside joke. Now we're gonna get into a segment that I like to call
Okay.
fun questions. For some people, it's fun. For me, it's fun, but for others, it's like, man, whatever. But again, this is also for people and folks who be watching this or is watching it now or even watching it later. You're more than welcome to join in and also add your answers to these questions that I am asking, as well as if y'all have questions that y'all like to share with Vidal Sebastian, please put it down in the comments because then we'll get to it. Because again, this is the live interview. If y'all curious, please put them down
Feel free.
in the comments. But to start these fun questions off, which again is fun for me, may not be fun for you,
Snaps.
don't know. I always like doing Would You Rather because it's just, again, we have those. You know, I'm gonna have to do another inside joke of
Right.
our homie at work who come over there. What you doing if? So it's almost basically something similar to this
Okay.
right here.
Sure.
So in this particular case, would you rather know the history of every object you touch or be able to talk to animals?
No, definitely talk to animals for sure, bro. I'll be so curious. I want to know what the fuck.
Mm,
I know they talking shit in their head. I just want to know what goes on there. And I'm a big fan of The Secret Life of Pets, so hell yeah, I want to know. So,
mm. Oh man, we got Mr. Vidal Doolittle over here. You know,
definitely.
I
Yeah.
feel that. I feel that, man. That dang. If I really were to think about it, amazing animals. I honestly would probably
Right.
do the same, but my next lifetime, I probably would pick being able to know the history of objects,
That
just
that was
because.
a tough one.
But
I ain't gonna lie, but it's like who doesn't want to know to talk to animals? You feel me? So yeah.
yes, oh man, that's the new nickname,
There
Vidal
it is,
Doolittle
man.
Sebastian.
Rapper, doctor, man. Animal whisperer. You feel me?
No,
Yes,
speak that
sir.
into existence. Oh man. Yes, he said yes. Amazing animals. Yep, exactly. And shouts out to my brother Selfish Hour, aka Camo 211. Man, rocked the show this past Saturday, which this man was going in. So shouts out to you, my brother. As well as shouts
Yeah,
out to
shout out
everybody
to
who's
my
in here
cousin
for the interview
Yogi
watching.
Yolanda. What's up, big cousin? And also Mal Peasy. I see. Appreciate the support. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The next one I got for you is a
Oh,
finish this line. So whatever
all
comes
right.
to mind, however you want to, you just finish this line. Okay? So the line goes, each season has
Period.
its.
Period. I mean menstrual cycle. I, I,
Okay. Off
hey.
the top. Hey, it's off the top. It's off the top, my man. Dang, that's what I'm talking about. Each season has its period. But see, that could
Yeah,
be
you feel
deep.
me?
It could be so deep. Because people go through things the different seasons, man. Those be different periods
Right,
in
you
their
feel
life.
me?
There's some folks who if they don't get enough sun, there's a such thing as a disorder called SAD, which is seasonal affect disorder. So there's different seasons that they be going through in
Man,
these periods. So hey, we break it down constructing. Came off
that
the
was my
top
boy,
with
the
that.
acronym king right here, man. For real, man.
Oh my goodness, my man. You already know, bro. It's A.D.V.I.S, aka Mr.
Right.
Acronym in the building. But all right. But damn, thank you for sharing
Yes,
that, my G.
sir.
Now the last one I got for you is a
Okay.
scenario. Because back way when a lot of news, people kept talking about places like this because all these wars and possible World War III and things
Right.
popping up and happening. But in this particular case, for a scenario, you're trapped in an underground bunker with only 3 items to help you escape. What items are you choosing, and how do you escape?
Damn, man. Oh man, this is a tough one right here. Hold on. And so underground bunker.
And do you want to escape? That's another part. Is even do you want to escape? But so I got
Okay.
you one more time. You're trapped in an underground. You're trapped in an
Okay.
underground bunker with only 3 items to help you escape. What items are you choosing, and how do you escape?
All right. Now let me ask this question though. Is there some type of apocalyptic or catastrophic thing going on up top on Earth, or something that the reason why I'm in a bunker? Because that I would not want to escape.
That
So,
So I will say it is up
oh,
for interpretation. Is that if that is where you want to take it, then you can definitely take it. If you want to give the multiple scenarios, if there was or wasn't,
all right.
go for it.
If there was 3 items, man, that I'm keeping, um, man, damn, this is a tough one right here, bro. Damn, man.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
This,
take your time. Take your time. As well as everybody that's in the comments, y'all can also answer this as
mhm.
well too. Okay. And literally you're joining along with this. He says, let me jump in, Gene. You have more questions. Brother, just do it in here. If not, man, me and you gonna have to set up our own time too, because this is specifically for the brother Vidal Sebastian. This is his interview for today. So if you want to do one, my G, we gonna definitely coordinate to make that happen. But if you got questions to ask, please ask the brother,
Oh
ask us, and
yeah,
we will
man.
share.
Damn. Let's see if I'm staying. I definitely a bottle of whiskey.
Okay.
Let's see, man.
It's a real bottle of whiskey, right? It's not, it ain't
Nah, it's
real.
a
It's a real
real
bottle, right?
bottle. Yeah, shout out. I need the
All
Jameson
right.
on deck, for sure. Damn. Um, shit. Endless supply of Hostess Twinkies, man.
Interesting.
um, man, and I guess man, my wife, of course, man. So I gotta have that intimacy. You know what I'm saying, man? We ain't got no Wi-Fi down there, or nothing. So you know what I'm saying. So yeah, man, wife and kids, they come as a combo. So that'll be as the third.
There it is. This is your combo. You got your combo of
There,
endless Twinkies, your combo of family, and your
there you go,
bottle of
man.
whiskey. That's if it was. If it was apocalypse
That,
and things going on. If it wasn't, what would you have in?
man, to escape, man. Give me my Bible. Um, let's
Okay.
see. Taking
To
Yeah,
help you
help me
escape.
escape, man. 'Cause I'm gonna need that prayer, man. Get me up out of here, man. That good word, that, man. Um, damn. Obviously, it's a bunker, so I'm guessing, concrete and metal, are the main things. So, oh man, this is crazy right here to escape, man. Cause you can't just use any ordinary thing to escape a bunker. Like, man, it's
You can get as
all
creative
right for
as you
sure.
want, my G. I'm just figuring out how you
Oh,
going to escape, man. For all I know, you can have a superpower that just lets you go
oh,
through walls like Danny
well,
Phantom.
shit.
I don't
Give
know.
me the
I
laser
don't
eye
know.
vision too, shit. So I can just laser that joint off real quick, man. Um, man. Yeah, let's see, man.
The Bible,
Yeah,
laser eyes, and
man, and third one. Let's see. Maybe like a tight ass protective suit, just cause I gotta crawl, man, through some, through some dangerous terrains while I'm trying to get up out that joint or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah,
yeah.
there we go. The
All
best I
right,
can do.
all right. Look it. That is very, very creative, and I'm glad
Right.
again I asked the question because never know. I got two
Feel
scenarios out
me?
of that. If we staying in there, the family's gonna be down there with me,
With
my
Twinkies, I'm
bottles and my
good.
Twinkies. If we trying to get out, I need that word. I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
Ephesians and
I'm
get the
armor
whole
God.
armor
You
of
feel
God
me?
with me, and then and then had them laser eyes. So I'm just going through stuff and then protective
Man.
suit to get me
Yup.
out. I'm with
Yeah.
it.
So yeah. Whew,
I'm with it,
put on my thinking cap for
man.
that one. Yeah.
Hey, and again, thank you for sharing those
Yeah,
answers,
man.
my G. That was the segment of fun questions. Again, they're fun for me, may not be fun for you or any of y'all, but thank y'all for participating as well as thank
Man, sure.
Vidal for
Love that,
participating
man.
as well, G. So I got 5 more questions for you, and now in this portion of the interview, we're gonna talk about specifically the track that you recently put out, and we'll
For
just
sure.
move from there. Okay, so for those who do not know you and those getting introduced to you for the first time, especially to the music in this particular track, tell us a bit about Ain't Real.
Well, honestly, ain't real, man. It's man, it's a journey. Ain't real is a journey, man. It was a tough time in my life, man. Really, really like low time in my life. It's full of like betrayal, by different friends, lovers, and it just comes to say that if the love is fake, I don't want it and I don't need it. Because I don't trust fake love. So man, I need that real love. You know what I'm saying? So I need the genuine, real love in my life. Tired of dealing with the fake love that people portray to have. Or only want to get certain
Yeah.
things out of you, or what they speak might be sugar, but behind the scenes may be salt. So you know what I'm saying. So but and it was and shout out to my sis Joe the Sunchild, man, for singing on the hook. I actually wrote the whole song, including the chorus or two. But man, without her on the track, bro, this track ain't what it is, because the power that I wanted her to put behind on this song, man, she executed it to a T.
Yeah.
And she just brought it all the way home, really. So man, um, it was just like one of them little. It was like a turkey bacon in the oven, marinating, and oh man, it hit your mouth like, man, this is good. But it's been a long enough wait. Because I actually wrote the song back in 2016. Yeah, but
Wow.
took some time with it. We had some other things going on. Trying to debate which single we're gonna go with to release for the EP. And
Yeah.
But the crazy thing about it, it was like I'm glad we took that long with it, because
Yes.
we had came up with the idea of adding the live sound to the track. So all the instruments you hear they weren't a part of that track originally. They just came about maybe as we getting ready as recently. So shout out my boy Grant, who
Mm.
played all the instruments on there, and mixed the track. Um, Also, he's Neo's producer as well too. Works with a lot of great
Mm.
artists. But yeah, so shout out to
Shout
Grant,
out.
man, and my management team for just putting that all together. But yeah, man. So yeah, it's just funny. It just goes to show you how things can be old to you but new to everybody else. So I never sleep on any song that I make, because man, just the timing. Timing is everything. I'll say that. Timing is
Yes.
everything. So yeah,
Yes.
man. So yeah. So that's how Ain't Real really came to be about, man. So yeah, that was the story of Ain't Real. Man. So, yeah.
My man. Which you may have answered it, but I wanted to get a little bit more into it. Is why did you make this in particular? I know it's speaking of, you know, those trials and tribulations that you went through trying to figure out again what, you know, real love is and not really wanting this fake giving love, whether behind your back or in front of you and this sorts. Like, why did you make this?
Um, you know what? It's like it's crazy because my producer, when he sent me the beat, it's just I fell in love with that beat, and it was like, damn, what can I do with this, or you know, whatever. And the reason why is just to put the inspiration out to the world that you know you don't have to accept fake love, fake friends. You don't have to accept any of that, man. You know, everybody at the end of the day wants to be loved and deserves real love. So, but you don't have to accept fake love, or you know, or just to put out there like, hey, we all got situations that we go through. You know what I'm saying? We all got a story to tell. We all got situations we come from with, particularly like backstabbing, dealing with fake friends and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I was like, man, I just felt like it's something that the world would want to hear. You know what I'm saying? On a grander stage, like we hear it all the time. You know,
Mm,
songs and stuff like that. But you know, just to hear it, like this grand on this type of stage, I was like, okay, this is something that can really be powerful for the world to hear. Like, you know, something that can be, it could be probably life changing for individuals, because that's what my inspiration with music is just to see if I can spark a change in somebody may be going through something, and then, oh man, well, this dude is talking about what I'm feeling. Like, so man, this is dope, man. You know, like, man, I appreciate this song at this time and moment in my life, you know, because it's speaking to someone, you know what I'm saying? So even though it's my experience, it's talking to somebody out there in the world. So, you know, so that was the whole reason for making the song and wanting to put it out there, to speak to people, you know, and just to let them know that you're not the
yes.
only one going through a certain situation by yourself. Like, we all have these problems and we all deal with this type of stuff on a day-to-day basis, you know. So here's some there's some
Yes.
lyrics and some words and music behind it. So man, all right, cool to relate to. You feel me? So yeah, to connect with. Yeah.
Mm. Wonderful message, man. And I guess you must be reading my questions because that was going to be my next question to ask you about what message. And you already
Oh
ended up
man.
just doing the whole spill. So you're
Yeah.
good. It's beautiful. I mean, I love when it happens like that in the interview, that literally the way it's set up and then you just naturally just find your way into answering it. I have again, no qualms with that at
Yes,
all. That was
sir,
dope.
man.
I love that. Again, really, just knowing that, yes, that it is important that you never know how impactful your message or your music is going to be on somebody, even if it may be your intent or it may not have been your
Right.
intent, intent, I should say. But knowing that you put that out there with that good intent to be able to have a voice for those trying to figure out the situation and it does impact them, so it's a
Yes,
wonderful
sir.
thing.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, brother. Mm. But now, stepping aside music, and we know that you get on the mic, do your thing, you know, Mr. Suave, also
Right.
Mr. Doolittle
Right.
over here. All those other things to the side. Outside of music, what are some other hobbies you have that bring you joy?
Um, man, spending time with the fam. Let's see, man. Cigars was a hobby I picked up, man. Well, I don't know if it's a good hobby, but it was a hobby I picked up. um, from my uncle. I picked up over, I would say, of course, of like over the lockdown. I got started getting into,
Mm,
you know, different brands of cigars, man. Trying to go to lounges, just to have that man time, to be around powerful people and, you know, older people. And so he would always take me to the cigar lounge, but I would never smoke. I would just go there with him because there would be
mm,
like councilmen, you know, you had doctors and other, you know, hierarchy, you know, powerful men that would come and, you know, talk and, you know, share stories. So But I thought it was just cool to be around, even though I'm not puffing any cigars or anything like that. But just being
Yeah.
there, in the mix, because just again networking and stuff like that. And
Yes.
so, shout out my boy Casanova because, yeah, the first lounge I ever hit was with my brothers. And it was just a cool experience. You feel me, man? It was. I was like, okay, it's pretty cool, man. Like like I said, I ain't gonna say it's the best habit, but it's something. It was something relaxing and something different. Um, that I enjoyed doing outside of just hanging out and going to clubs and like bars and lounges and stuff. But it was like, okay, this is a cool little hobby. Like man, I can get into and so that's one of my other major hobbies I like to do is smoke cigars and basketball when I have the chance. I like to play. I'm a hooper when I. It's been a minute though, man. I don't know these knees still working the same, but man. But yeah,
Uh,
hooping is another hobby that I have that brings me joy. So yeah, man, just getting out there and being competitive and stuff. So yeah, man. But,
gotta stay
yes.
active, especially if you over there with the puffing of the cigar. Gotta
Keep
definitely
these
make sure
lungs
you
right,
balancing
man.
that out some way, shape, or form. Yeah. And in connection with that too, I also hear that you are, in a partnership with another brother also on some cigars, as well as you have your own merch and things for that stuff. Talk about that a bit.
Yeah, man. So also, once again, during the pandemic, the lockdown, I said, well, start seeing all these different black-owned businesses starting to emerge and pop up. And so me and my best friend goes by Nick Picasso on here. So we always had these ideas, man. But back in the day, man, we were working these supermarket jobs, no money, barely, so fast forward to now, a little financially more stable, and so it's like, man, he hit me like, man, I want to invest in your clothing line because I always had the idea of starting a clothing line. So man, we partnered up on that during I want to say a year ago. Street Scholar
Okay.
Clothing is the name. Yeah, we'll be having a website and everything up pretty soon for purchases and stuff, and also starting our own podcast, visual podcast, that we started called Somewhere in Between, which just gives people. We have different people on the panel, and we like to talk about different topics. You know what I'm saying? We do fatherhood topics, we do entrepreneurship and artists,
Yeah.
dealing with trauma, real life things, and how that came about. Back in the day, we used to barbecue and drink and have these just real deep conversations and stuff. And it was like, hey man, what if you don't? And we can just catch this on film and like share that with the
Yes.
world. Like so, man, so yeah, that's a couple of little business ventures that I'm dabbling into. So man, so I'm pretty excited about the podcast. So look out for that. We'll be dropping this summer. So actually in July we'll be putting out the first episodes and stuff like that on YouTube and stuff. So be on the
Nice.
lookout for that. And like I said, the Street Scholar merchandise and Street Scholar music as well too. So yeah, so all that good stuff, man. So man, I'll tell people I'm a jack of all trades, man. I feel like there's nothing I can't do. So so call me Jamaican if you want. So
Ah, you got to. I mean, I know there's the saying, and I don't want to butcher the saying about the person being a jack of all trades and a master of
right,
none, and how honestly being that particular or master of one, I should say, in that
right,
particular case is better. Is not better than being able to have a multitude of
yep,
different skills. But I'm not gonna, like I said, butcher it. Y'all can look at
right,
just
right.
easy Google look into. But with on top of that, man, we got the music, we got our hobbies, clothing line, podcast, all of this intertwining together from pursuing your passions
Sure.
and your goals. So, a question to you is, what is your ultimate goal with your passions?
Man, it's actually my goal is to set up my family for success as far as my little ones, and just even me and my wife, just setting us up for a solid foundation, a comfortable future. a comfortable life for my kids as they get older, and something that, I feel like in our community we don't do enough of is passing things down. Like, man,
Yeah.
working hard, not just for ourselves, but to pass things down, generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a house or,
Yeah.
assets or whatever, just so, the struggle doesn't continue. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't go down to generation of like, oh, working 9 to 5 or being in this routine system, and just having that financial freedom, man. But also, most importantly, too, is to give back to the community, um, all over, all the minorities, but just to get inspiration to young kids too, just to let them know there's more out there than just, what
Yeah.
you see on TV, what you see in your neighborhood, and even outside of just music or what you hear in music, what you inspired by, but just there's more positive things that you can do with your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that
Yeah.
I wish I was taught at an earlier age, about, credit and stuff of that nature, and, being business minded
Yeah.
at an early age, and, being on the right track, so but just giving that inspiration, man, to the community, and, young blacks and young minorities, period, Hispanic, white, whatever the case may be, just minorities that grow up in, the hood, so to speak, the neighborhood or whatever, the community, and just inspiring somebody, letting them know, like, hey, man, you can do this, you can do that. You can put anything you put your mind to it,
Mm,
as long as you work hard at it. So, but that's overall goals, for everything that I have going on, is just to reach that goal and, inspire at the end of the day. So, man, I know you ain't gonna change the
mm,
world, but, man, you can inspire, some people to kind of go in a different direction, man. You winning at the end of the day. So, definitely.
man. And again, I salute you on that and I applaud you and I wish you nothing more than success on all of that, man, because that's wonderful to hear, as well as I'm glad that's the
Yeah.
mindset. Even going through what you experiencing what's happened, just really wanting to be
Right.
better, wanting to progress and wanting to give back. Because yeah, like you said, there's a lot more options out there for us as a people, as well as just as human beings, to be able to do it. Doesn't have to be what's shoved down your throat or told to you on a daily
That
basis on
part.
repeat.
Right.
Man, powerful.
Appreciate you, brother.
Next question I got for you. It's a two-part, so I'm gonna go back and forth with it. Because if some of y'all saw the flyer, you saw I had some of the topics there. I do that on purpose again, and that's where these topics or those questions on that flyer comes. So next question I have for you, split into two. First part of it is, what are your thoughts on partnerships in connection to your life and passions?
Partnerships are, to me, very important. I remember hearing this saying from an older gentleman back in the day, that life is really based off relationships, meaning with friends, lovers, or whatever, because, um, you have partnerships with people who can lead you in a good direction. You got partnerships with people who can take you down a different path, and, and deteriorate you from, or not, will distract you from your main goals. And then you have those who, those partnerships that, man, that elevate you, you know what I'm saying, to where you trying to get to, because, I always say that, nothing successful comes from just doing it by yourself. I believe that it takes, team effort, or, it takes help. You know what I'm saying? Nothing you can. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't believe in, man, I can do everything by yourself. Man, hell to the damn no, man. Because just being with these business ventures right now, let me tell you, man, if I didn't have the partnerships that I had, bro, man, we wouldn't be getting none of this stuff done till probably 2025, fucking with me. So, like, and that's just because, and not is, procrastination goes into it sometimes, but, at the end of the day, I'm still a working man. I'm still a father, so I'm still a husband who, at the end of the day, so having those partnerships right now in the business ventures and the places I'm trying to get to, man, are the most important thing to me, because it's helping me elevate, stay on my toes. You know what I'm saying? It's helping me be
Yeah.
accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's pushing me to continue to stay on the path, that I need to stay on to in order to be successful in this. So yeah, so partnerships, yeah, very very important. Yeah.
Mm. It's gems, y'all. And yes, Jaw Logic, we are all interconnected. I
Yeah.
agree with you. And shouts out to all y'all that's still here in the comments with us too, and just going through and sharing your thoughts and just being here with us. Thank
Hell
y'all
yeah, much
again
love.
for being
Yeah.
here. Next one, man. So we got
Yeah.
partnerships. Now, on the flip side of that, of in your partnerships, what are your thoughts on faithfulness when it comes to connections in your life, in your passions?
Um. Once a, I'll go revert back to the partnerships because connections are also important. As far as meeting the right people. You know, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's all about the networking to me, like, and the connections that you make. You know, with whatever passion that you're doing, whether it's making music, whether it's business you're starting or whatever. I feel like connections are very important, man. Energies are very important. So you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
having the right energies around you, meeting the right energies. You know what I'm saying, because everybody that you network with is not a good energy, you know, and some are great energies to have. You feel me? So man, so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those connections, man. It's really, like I said, it's not about what mainly what you know, but sometimes who you know is gonna get you
Yeah.
into where you need to be at. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, because that's like I said, both of those, man, I would say are very important key to success, man. If you're trying to be successful with your passions that you're trying to do, so you know, just like you
Yeah.
have this podcast, man. You know, we connected. You know, and you know now you know look, you know, we're you know how the relationship's grown and how the connection is working. So you know what I'm saying. So
Yes.
yeah, so it's dope to have the right connections and you know the right partnerships. Man. So very important.
Yes. Yes. Because again, that's how you learn and whether if they're real or they
Right,
ain't
that
real.
part, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir, man.
You know,
You
you got to
got
throw it
to,
back on
man.
there. You know, we got to have our
Yeah,
wittiness here and there. You know, oh, man. Along with that, my
yeah.
G, which before we do end out and things of that sorts, I want to take my time to not only give you your respects, love, and your flowers, my man, but I want to say thank you for coming on and sharing of your time and your experience with us. Because for me, time is always an important, if not, it's the most loving and respectful thing somebody can
Right.
give you. So when someone gives you of their time, I want to make sure that I relay back that I am grateful for you being able to give that. So thank you for coming on and giving your time,
Hey
my
man,
man.
I appreciate you, man. This is man, it's dope, man. It's inspirational, man. Um, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Man, so keep doing what you're doing. So man, it's an honor and a pleasure, bro, man, that you actually would consider me to be on here. So man, that speaks a lot too. You know what I'm saying? That so man, it's good. So thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man.
You already know. And we're gonna have more,
Oh,
more things
oh
to
yeah.
come, beyond all of this. You
Yes,
know
sir,
that for
man.
sure. Yes. Now, for my last question, and I end this out like all of my questions, or for every one of my interviews. When it comes to, and anybody, if y'all want to answer, y'all can too. But when it comes to life, quality of life, passions, whatever you want to describe, it's all up for interpretation. Is it about quality or quantity?
Uh, I'll definitely say quality. And that's what my label we preach is quality music over quantity because you can have a lot of things
Mm,
that can be bad. But when you got that one thing that's quality, man, you got a gold mine, you got a hidden gem right there. So for me, definitely quality of life is everything. Quantity, nah, not so much, man, because I'm all about the quality, man. So something, the last. So to hold on to, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so definitely, man.
and there it is, y'all. With that, again, I didn't ask as well too. Well, I mean, it was in there if you wanted to. You have the option if you want to perform or say any other last words to people. If you don't want to perform before we end out, um, But again, before you do that, if you want to again perform something or share a last bit of words of wisdom to folks, can you please again share all your information of where people can find you as well as the more recent drop that you had with this track? Give those people that information before we
Oh
close out.
yeah, most definitely. You can catch me on Instagram at the real Vidal Sebastian. I'm on Facebook at Vidal Sebastian, Twitter at the real Vidal Sebastian as well. Also, any music, YouTube music, Spotify, Apple Music, Vidal Sebastian. Then please make sure y'all tap into the Ain't Real video out now on YouTube, and a gang of other streaming sites, Title as well too. And please share, subscribe, like. Yeah, man, Ain't Real, man. It's out there, so stay away from that fake love, man. So get you some real love out there. You feel me? So, man. And yeah, and to all my folks out there, stay inspired, man. Shoot, man. I hope I can share some words of wisdom on this, this interview today. So, man, stay inspired. Follow your boy, man, and my boy Avis, man. I'll be tapping in, man. Shit, I'll bring some superfood on here the next time. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
You had to
you know
put it
I
in
get
the
it off the
last part.
bat,
I
so for
feel it.
real, man. So, man, appreciate you, brother, once again, man.
Yes, man. But with that, y'all, all the goofiness and things aside, too, thank y'all all for coming and giving of your time for this other installment of more interviews with the brother Vidal Sebastian. Again, please go check this brother out. Again, on Instagram, YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, do all of those wonderful things. Run Ain't Real up, run that up, as well as search all around. Again, you'll find what you're looking for when it comes to hearing this brother. And lastly, when it comes to things of that sort to end out, please don't forget to continue writing your memoirs and experiences to keep growing and sharing your life. But with that, y'all, this has been another installment of More Interviews, aka Memoirs of Our Real Experiences. Thank you, Vidal Sebastian, for
Yes,
being here
sir.
with us. And we'll catch y'all next time. And you already know me and you, G, I'm going to be seeing you very soon
Yeah,
anyway. So I catch you when we do,
for
my
sure,
man.
my brother. Peace
All
and
right.
love, man. Thank you, man.
All right. Peace and one love, y'all. We
Peace.
out.